This is the Strandberg Boden NX. So this is a really great guitar. It's got a lot of things that I love about it. Like all Strandberg guitars, it's got awesome ergonomics, super lightweight, really, really playable, really solid build quality. Everything's great. This particular model has this black Richlight fretboard. For anyone who's not familiar with Richlight, it's just the best. I love it. You can see the two other Richlight guitars. There's a bass and a Prog 7 here. So Richlight's cool because it's less affected by humidity and temperature changes than normal wood is. So what's really cool is that you don't get fret sprout on these as long as the frets are done right the first time, like pretty much ever. It's a lot more stable. You don't have to worry about, like I said, temperature and humidity as much. And it looks like ebony. Feels like rosewood, but it's more sustainable than either of those. I don't know, it's a slam dunk, in my opinion. One of the other things I really like is these knobs down here. This has these knobs that are specific to the NX series. And these are cool because they've got this flat part on them. And this flat part lets you see a number underneath the washer, so it shows you where it is. So you can see where your values are set. That's really nice if you say you want to record something, you have some specific tone that you've achieved through some combination of where the volume knob and tone knob are, you want to recreate that. You can just look and see where those numbers are set, make a note of that, and then if you have to punch in, you can get that same tone again. So anyway, it's a problem that's been around for a long time, that is like a small enough problem where people hadn't really innovated much on it, but it's really cool that they are, and it seems like they've come up with a really good way of addressing that. So I love these knobs, love this neck. What I'm not super wild about is the pickups that come in it. So it's got these Fishman Fluence Modern pickups. And you'll notice these are like soap bar routing, right? So they're these big rectangles. There's a lot of tones you can get, but it doesn't quite get the sound that I really want. They're also active pickups, so you have to worry about batteries. You have to get make sure that you're changing your batteries regularly enough. You have to worry about a whole different thing that you don't have to worry about with passive pickups. And I like the tone of passive pickups more, and they're less of a pain. Again, kind of a slam dunk. The black looks really cool, but if you look at my other instruments behind me, you'll notice these are all natural wood finishes. I definitely prefer natural wood grain, natural finishes on guitars, wherever that's an option. So as cool as the black is, it doesn't really like fit that well with the rest of the guitars that I've got. So just to recap, really awesome guitar, really awesome neck, really awesome knobs, but I'm not super wild about the finish, not super wild about the pickups. So last year, Strandberg introduced this. And this is the Boden NX8 Richard Henshaw edition. So this one I was really excited about when it came out last year. Still really excited about it. It's got a lot of really cool things. For one thing, it's got these Lundgren M8 pickups. So these are pickups I've really been wanting in an 8-string guitar. My 6 and 7-string guitars that you see on the wall behind me, I put Lundgren Black Heavens in both of those, and those are more like a refined, organic variant of the M series pickups, which I wanted because I'm using those more for leads. They've got whammy bars. They're more of like guitars that I'll play lead parts on. This is something that I wanted more for riffs, for downtuned stuff. Obviously, it's an 8-string, so it's going to be better suited for that kind of stuff anyway. So I really wanted the M8s in this. And you'll notice that these are installed in this routing that's kind of specific for these slanted M8s. So on the metal, they were these kind of rectangles that would come out at an angle, right? These, you'll notice the top is parallel to the strings. The bottom is parallel to the strings, right? But the pickups are slanted. So you'll see this is not a rectangle, it's like a parallelogram. And it's routed specifically for these slanted pickups. I think this is like an 8-degree slant and a 12-degree slant for this one. So that's super cool. It's the only production model they currently make with these slanted M8s. I think they've done some in the past. There was like a Singularity 8 for a little bit. But it's the only one you can currently get, and the only one in the NX line that they've done, which is important for something I'll get to later. It's also got this Zero-Cote veneer, and I don't know if you can really see that if I kind of get the light to hit it. It's got this beautiful grain. It's really just a gorgeous gorgeous look. It's this deep brown. It's like a little bit of lighter brown, kind of centered under the pickups here. I love the look of this. Kind of consistent with the natural finish I've got on my other guitars. Love the slanted pickups. I feel like these open pickups look great. You know, they're uncovered. They look fantastic. Things I'm not wild about, though, I've never really been a huge fan of maple boards. They look nice, and especially I feel like the one on this guitar looks particularly nice. It's got some really nice figuring on the neck. But they don't have that thing I was talking about with the Richlite, where you have a lot more resistance to temperature and humidity. I mean, these are maple boards. It'll be susceptible to the same things that a normal maple board will be. So like fret sprout, the neck can bow a little bit. It'll be a little more finicky, a little less stable with tuning, and I'm not super wild about that. Also, this inlay, I feel like it's well designed. It looks cool for what it is. It's just that when I'm playing a guitar that I own, I don't like for it to feel like someone else's guitar. And I feel like when I have an inlay that doesn't really have a meaning to me, in this case the Hen, because it's a Richard Henshaw guitar, if it doesn't mean anything to me, it just makes it feel like I'm playing someone else's guitar, which makes sense. It's Richard Henshaw's guitar. Super cool when he's playing it. He's got his own inlay. That's awesome. But for me personally, not really what I'm looking for. So really the neck on this is kind of a letdown. Also, it has these maple knobs, which I remember when they announced this guitar, Richard Henshaw was saying that he wanted to put those on there to match the neck. And they do look nice. It's got like a nice complement. But they don't have that flat part that I was talking about. You don't have the numbered washer beneath here, the little flat part where you can kind of see what your values are set to. It's one of the things that I thought was super cool about the NX line, and it's just not here. These are just traditional, normal guitar knobs. So while they're nice, they look nice, they're high quality, I still prefer the ones on the metal because they have more functionality than these have. Right? There are things you can do with those that you can't do with these. So just to kind of recap on this one, love the body, love the pickups, love the Zero Cote veneer. Just the look of it's fantastic. Not wild about the maple board, not wild about the maple knobs either. So, with that in mind, I decided to do this. So, the end result is this. I'm going to call it the Strandberg Boden NX8 Stephen Lamphere edition. It's got that Zero Cote veneer from the Henshaw. It's got those Lundgren M8 pickups. It's got the Richlite fretboard and these cool knobs, including the little washers with the numbers on them, from the metal. Actually still looks exactly like the metal from the back because this already had a black finish on it. But it is now what I would want in an 8-string guitar from Strandberg. So, at this point, I think the best thing to do would be to hear how it sounds. I'm also going to cut in here and show you the other guitar that came out of this. So this is the metal body with those Fishman Fluence Modern pickups and the black finish, black granite, but with the Henshaw neck and these maple knobs. So it actually looks a lot like the Henshaw. If you had it in really dark light and couldn't really see the veneer as much on the Henshaw, it would be pretty similar. Looks the same from the back because the necks really didn't change anything. But yeah, so this is going up for sale. If you're interested in buying it, I'll put a link to the Reverb listing on it in the description down below. So this will be going up for sale, and I'll be continuing to use the Stephen Lamphere edition as my main guitar going forward. Alright, so that's it. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I think my guitar collection is in a state to where I'm ready to make whatever music I feel like making. So this will be a guitar in my collection for a long time to come, and I'm really happy to have all Strandberg guitars now at this point for my whole collection. So yeah, one last note, I've had this YouTube channel for almost 15 years now. This is the first video like this I've done. So if this is something you'd like to see more of, I'm hoping to do some more videos like this, talking about, well, maybe not like this. This one's a little too expensive to do more than once, but more videos talking about Strandberg, about gear, about music, about guitars. If that's something you'd be interested in, do the usual like and subscribe, notification bell combo. Also, let me know if there's anything that would be good to cover in this channel. If you have ideas of something that you'd really like to see from a channel like this, considering I've got a 6-string, 7-string, 8-string, and a bass, all from Strandberg. I've got, the different Lundgren pickups between the M8s here and then the Black Heavens and the Prog 6 and the Prog 7. If there's anything that you're interested in hearing or seeing from any of those, definitely let me know. I'd be happy to take that feedback and kind of come up with some other cool ideas for new videos. Anyway, thank you very much.